All right, what's up, YouTube? This is BoxingWave. No, you haven't seen me in a while, but I'm gonna get right into it. Okay, Alexander Povetkin, Dillian Whyte tomorrow. We were supposed to get that fight earlier this year, but COVID, all that stuff happened. Everything was canceled for a while. So we're getting a fight now tomorrow on the zone. So be on the lookout for that. Good fight, very very good fight. My whole thing is with this fight. I was hoping that Dillian Whyte was gonna come prepared, and fit. Not like the way we saw him in his last fight against Walk in December. I was hoping that he was going to prepare for this fight, train for this fight, and be in the best condition that, or at least at the best condition that we've seen him in the past. Okay, um, I was hoping he would take this fight just as serious as he did the Oscar Rivas fight. All right, the Derek Chisora fights, or any other important fight that he's had, Joseph Parker. All right, because you know, listen, I gave him a pass. We all had to give him a pass. You're going through a lot of stress about, your failed drug tests. All right, but you pass. They added you on a card kind of last minute, and you came in there. You looked terrible. You was out of shape, and you made a fight that against the opponent that you would normally destroy look debatable. Okay, so I'm glad to see that. I saw the press conference. I saw the weigh-in today, and I was glad to see that he was in great shape. I think he weighed 252, which is right around where he needs to be. All right. The Walk fight, he was like over 270 or something, and he looked terrible. All right, he looked sloppy. So I'm glad to see that he's fit. I know he has a new trainer. That's always dangerous too. I just don't see why you would change trainers at this point when you've had so much success, fought some really really good fighters up to this point. But I'm glad to see that he's good, and Povetkin looked good and in shape too. The thing about Povetkin, you gotta understand, you guys. I know he's getting past it. I know he is past it. He's not in his prime, but you gotta understand that he's a precision puncher. Okay, uh, he's not a guy that's just trying to get by off his extreme athleticism. Okay, he's not a volume puncher. All right, this guy's a very technical boxer. So even though he's older, and as much, just look at Oscar Rivas for example. Oscar Rivas was a guy that a lot of people felt was going to beat Dillian Whyte. Even me. I picked White to win the fight, but I was very worried about Dillian Whyte in that fight because Rivas is a very very dangerous fighter. But if you look at the dimensions and the height and everything, you know, Rivas and Povetkin is not too far off, but they both have big power in both hands. But when you compare the two, when you really compare the two, and I know Rivas is a lot younger, Povetkin better defensively, feints better, he changes levels a lot, more precise punching, experience, you know. There's a lot of advantages that he has over Oscar Rivas. You know, if you take away the youth, Povetkin's a better fighter. He's more dangerous. This is a more dangerous fight for Dillian Whyte, in my opinion. Even though Povetkin is older, Rivas couldn't get past Dillian Whyte's jab, if we're being honest. He hurt Whyte in the fight, but Whyte recovered. He hurt Whyte. He had his moments, but for the most part, he couldn't get past his jab. Couldn't get past it. Povetkin's used to fighting guys where he has to get past their jab. He has to close the gap. He has to close the distance between the two. And he's good at doing that by doing some of the things I said earlier. He's great at changing levels. Sometimes he's good at coming low, coming up with that left hook, that overhand right. And doing those combinations on the inside when he's in there. He's very good at it. You know? Much more talented boxer overall. Guys like that, they get older, but they stick around a little longer because they got skills. It's not all athletic. He don't have crazy reflexes, but he slips punches even better than Oscar Rivas. This is a more dangerous fight. Now I'm gonna go with White because I still think White and what he's done up to this point, I think his jab still is gonna be the key thing that separates the two. I think the right hand is gonna be his best shot, his money shot in this fight. You know, I think he's gonna hit Povetkin at some point with a big right hand that's gonna hurt Povetkin. I think so. Um, he doesn't quite have the speed of a Michael Hunter, but Dillian Whyte has a lot more experience. The problem with Michael Hunter is that he had the good game plan, but he was just way too aggressive. He punched himself out as early as the first round. All right. He was very aggressive. He was just too focused on trying to knock Povetkin out. You got to work for the knockout. And I believe Dillian Whyte, in his experience now, he's going to be able to do that. The only thing I think Dillian Whyte needs to do more is go back to the body some more. He just doesn't do it enough. He's called a body snatcher. I mean, I remember watching all of his earlier fights in his career before watching the Anthony Joshua fight. Uh, Before that fight happened. And he used to go to the body a lot more back then. I don't know what happened. He still goes here and there, but he's not as deadly to the body as he used to be. You fight an older guy, you want to tire him out, go to the body some more. That's the only thing. I've been saying this about Dillian Whyte for fight. I mean, I think since he had his shoulder surgery, I think he's been better, without a doubt. I don't know which fight that was uh, at this point, but at some point he did get better. But there was a point where he was just like becoming this brawler. If you look at the Derek Chisora fight, if you look at the Robert Helenius fight, where he was just getting hit with everything. I think he's improved, and I think he's gonna get the job done. You know, but Povetkin, you still got to be you gotta be careful because Povetkin with one punch can change the fight. Look at the Michael Hunter fight. You know, Michael Hunter was going crazy. Soon as Povetkin landed a clean shot, slowed him down, rocked him. He had him on the noodle legs a few times in that fight. That's what Povetkin does. He hits very hard, very, very dangerous. And you don't want to come all this way to lose to Povetkin when you're so close to getting a fight. We already know the WBC has done you wrong. I'm going to talk about all of that in a separate video because that's a lot. That's really deep. I would have to get into it about the WBC, Wilder, Fury. I'm not going to do that here. I'm just talking about the fight tomorrow. But I think Dillian Whyte is going to take it. And I think the moment he has him hurt, I think he's going to go in for the kill and try to get Povetkin out of there. You know, but Povetkin is tough. Uh, you're not going to get him out of here with one shot. You have to beat him down a little bit. You have to rough him up a little bit, but you got to be smart about it and know when is the right time to do it. But you got to soften him up some. Povetkin, on the other hand, I mean, I can't see Povetkin winning on points because I think White with his activity is going to be winning the majority of the rounds. Unless he's able to drop White more than once. If he drops White more than once, then I could see Povetkin winning on points if he doesn't knock White out. But he's very capable of knocking White out. You know, but I think White is very capable of knocking him out as well. Should be a good fight tomorrow. So be on tune for that. Stay in tune for that, and see you guys on the next one. Peace.